time. Is it because I be keeping quiet? Are you crazy?
Oh, God, I'm like a kid. Seriously, though.
Calling kid, you can't talk for yourself.
Because it's you who like the Jews.
Can somebody remind me once again who won the HOH? Because I don't know if it's Erica or if it's Kidwaya. The shift in authority and power that's been going on in the house since yesterday on to today, guys, it's unbelievable, and it's causing a lot of drama in the house already. I'm talking about the drama between V and Dorothy and Erica and Lucy. You don't want to miss this one, guys.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Hey guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bbnaija and this is Frankly Speaking with Glory. So I asked that question at the beginning of this video because I don't know, it seems like the tension in the house today is so deep. You can literally use a knife to cut through it. It's that crazy, you know. And I told you guys yesterday that Biggie has given the housemates a new wager task, and this is what it is. So they're going to focus on Nigeria, and they are to learn and educate one another on fun facts about Nigeria. So they started doing that yesterday, and Biggie also told them that on Thursday evening for their wager they are going to have a quiz. The quiz is going to be about fun facts about Nigeria on that particular Thursday evening, and also they are to develop a sensitizing campaign on gender violence and rape. And the theme for their campaign is going to be No Means No. So according to Biggie, it must be informative and fun, and it has to be in form of representation. So currently the housemates have that challenge of creating a drama piece again. At least that is what they decided to do. Now the idea of getting people to take different roles and characters in this new drama piece is part of what is causing the fracas. Is it fracas or fracas? It's part of what is causing the problem. It's part of what is causing the problem in the house. So as usual, Kidwaya, who is the deputy HOH, is literally taking control of everything. So he's the one giving the orders, he's the one giving the rules, and Erica is just there. And guys, it is so obvious that Erica cannot possibly handle the affairs of the house. So it's quite understandable, you know. Oh, she has a lover and she probably is trying to, you know, be like the humble woman that allows the reins of affairs of leadership to her lover. Kidwaya is the one literally doing everything, and somehow he's coming off as being too authoritative, and some of the housemates are not having it. So this morning they were trying to get people to take roles, you know, for a play, and Praise came up with the idea of, listen, some people have already acted before, they've shined or they've shown that day, so why don't we give other people the chance, the opportunity to also come out and also do something, you know. And some of them are agreeing with him, and then Kidwaya is all about winning. It was like, for him, he just want to fucking win the wager, he just want to win the wager, you know. And some of the housemates are saying, okay, yes, we understand, we want to win the wager, but people also need to show their talent, you know. So some of them too agree, because they felt like, okay, because everybody knows that Erica is an actor, what about Dorothy, who has never been an actor before, you know, but she acted and she did great, you know. So that was one of the first tension that they had, and then eventually they decided to give some people some roles. But then there's still that issue of people not getting roles, you know. And whenever they have a challenge in the house, some people feel like they're the smartest, and then they do not allow other people to contribute. Now came the GUINESS competition or task or whatever that the housemates had today. So the housemates were divided into two teams, right? And they were supposed to do a photo shoot, right? And then aside from a photo shoot, they were also supposed to play a football challenge, and also they were supposed to play a game of charades, right? And now in the course of doing all of this, there was a lot of tension. Now we had the other group that had Prince, Praise, Neo, Tolani Badge, Dorothy, and Wathoni. We had that team, yeah, and they were doing so great because most of the guys there, they are professional models. Wathoni seems like to be another professional model as well, so they were getting everything straight. And Dorothy, who says that she has over 25 years of experience in styling, guys, I don't know, but I guess she was just joking, and Neo did not know how to take a joke, you know. But in Dorothy's usual fashion of being playful with everybody, everybody, you know. She was like, okay, I am the director here, this and that, and she was actually doing what she was supposed to do, because according to Big Gaze, some people are supposed to be the models, some people are supposed to be the photographers, some people are supposed to be the directors, and they were organized. But on the other team, we had Erica, Kidwaya, Lucy, Kaisha, Chikiti, Bright O, and yeah, I think basically that's the team that they had. And now these people, they had a lot of tension, they had a lot of arguments. At some point, Lucy was saying something to Erica, and Erica flared up and was like, no, don't talk to me, you know. And then they were asking Erica what happened, and she was like, she's so annoying. That she was referring to Lucy, you know. And Lucy was like, how am I annoying? I'm trying to talk to you about something and you're saying that I'm so annoying. And guys, lo and behold, Lucy walked out on the stage. Like, she walked out of the photo shoot. She was like, she's not doing it again, they should do their pictures. I'm like, hey God, hey, this girl is cray, she's crazy, you know. Like, she walked out. She was like, you know what, I'm tired, I'm not doing this again. I'm like, hey God, is that this girl does not realize that this is supposed to be a teamwork? This is not supposed to be Erica's work, you know. So she just got upset and left. But then later, you know, the rest of the housemates and the team, they were calling her, Lucy, come back now. Don't do that, don't do that. She was like, no, that she's tired, that was all this one, this and that. So later, she joined in doing what she was doing. But guys, the tension was not over. Now, whilst the housemates were playing the football game, you know, doing their game of charades, there was an altercation. Not really an altercation, but there was a confrontation, sort of. V was trying to play, and then Praise was laughing, Neo was laughing, and then automatically, because Dora's voice is loud, she felt like Dora was the one laughing at her, and then she lost. So she flared up and she got upset, and you know, she spoke to Dora very, very rudely, you know. So by the time they got into the house, she was still talking, and some of the housemates were trying to calm her down. And Praise told her that, V, your shouting was completely unnecessary, because it was Neo and I that laughed at you, not Dora. But V was not having it. She was still upset at Dora. So guys, let me just say something about V. Now, in case you guys haven't noticed, V and Lucy, there is no difference between both of them. Or the slightest difference between both of them is one has a British accent and knows how to use English grammar in British accent manner, you know, to cover her rudeness and her bullying tactics. Yes, that's V. Lucy, on the other hand, that one, she's unfiltered. She opens her mouth and things just start pouring out, and she can be very, very rude. She can be very, very, very rude. That one is a given, you know. Now, V was saying all manner of things that she was saying against Dorothy, and Dorothy was just laughing, because Dorothy was like, hey, it be teens, you know. She doesn't want to open her mouth and talk, because she knows that when she gets upset, it's not going to go well with anybody, you know. So she was just maintaining her cool. She was in the kitchen turning her semo, and V kept on talking, and then Ozo, Neo, and some other people, they wanted to take her to the garden. They should go and have a conversation about what was going on. And then she said no, that she's not going to the garden, that when V is ready, they should come out, you know, and talk about it. They will meet each other halfway in the lounge, you know. And then when they went to V was saying no, she's not ready, that right now she's upset. But later on, she went into the bedroom with Neo, and both of them were having the conversation, and she was calling Dorothy a bitch. She was like, she's a bitch, she's a this, she's a that. Guys, watch the clip for yourself.
Every time I see Dora's face, I'm gonna get pissed off.
Tell you, right from
I think she's a bitch. Standard. I think she's a bitch. Because there's gonna be somebody else. She wanted to pick on Bright for Bright telling the truth when he was questioned. She was picking on Nengi. She's picking on me, but I can't be picked on because I'm a fucking bitch as well.
So when she said all of that, I was just asking myself that what part of it wasn't Dorothy that laughed at you is V not understanding? Or is it that she's just spoiling for a fight, or she's just looking for somebody to transfer her aggression to? For me, I just felt like that was totally uncalled for, you know. And this is not the first time V is bashing or lashing out at someone. The other day it was Wathoni, you know. She just flared out, she was just saying things. The other day she was going all out, you know, using hurtful words at Neo, and then Neo had to go and beg all over again. Of course, he had a strategy. He knew why he was in a relationship with V, you know. But then, guys, another person that really struck me was Neo. The way Neo was saying the things he was saying about Dora, that Dora was being very, very commanding, very, very controlling, very, very dominating. And I'm like, do you have to rubbish Dora? I mean, everybody watched it. It wasn't like we didn't watch it. Dora wasn't dominating. She wasn't domineering. She wasn't controlling anybody. She was just being a normal self. And everybody was under pressure. Everybody was trying to get the task right, because now they understand that all the small tasks that Biggie gives them during the week, they win actual raw cash. They win raw cash. Last week, some people won 2 million. Later, all the housemates won $500 each. This week again, coming from the gold sponsor, GUINESS, they know that there's money involved in the task. So everybody is under pressure to bring their best foot forward to win it. You know, so I felt really disappointed in you, because this is not the first time Neo is doing it. You know, he's trying to console somebody that is feeling sad. He will make sure he rubbishes the other party involved, rubbishes that person completely, just to make the person he's talking to feel better. Then you now go and meet the other person and start talking to the person as if they are cool. I say now, wow, the game of manipulation in this season's Big Brother Naija, oh, not be small thing. And then the confrontation between Erica and Lucy, guys, it wasn't really a confrontation. It was basically, you know, Erica just venting and transferring aggression. And I was just asking myself, like, this is totally uncalled for. Now, guys, it's established that on the show, Lucy has a problem with communication. Lucy has an issue of provocation. It's as if sometimes she knowingly or unknowingly provokes people. It just comes out of her. You know how somebody opens their mouth and air comes out of it? That is how provocation and trouble finding comes off Lucy. Lucy wants to communicate something with people. She doesn't know how to communicate it the right way. Before you know it, it comes as if she's attacking you. And that's exactly what she has been doing since the one in this house. The one that happens today, guys. Oh, God. She said something. I don't know if you guys heard it. She said Kidwaya is the neck, Erica is the head. If the neck does not move, the head will not move. And Erica heard that, which is a very, very derogatory statement to make anyways. You know, because it's for her mocking Erica and Kidwaya. Of course, it's very, very obvious that Erica has been very, very subdued throughout today, and even from yesterday night. You know, it's like she's just bearing the title of HOH. She's not really acting how a HOH should be, you know. So Lucy did not know of a better way to tell Erica about it, you know, and then she just went off to say what she said. So Erica found it very, very offensive. I was very, very upset, and that was why she was attacking Lucy, insulting Lucy, calling Lucy names, and then she was telling Lucy, don't try me, or if you try me, come and talk to me now. And Lucy was just laughing, because Lucy was like, you need to check yourself. I don't think I have any problems with you. You have problems with yourself, you know. And Erica was going off, talking. So Ozo was trying to talk to her, and she was like, no, nobody should talk to her. They should leave her. She wants to face Lucy. She has Lucy's time tonight, you know. And later, she was in the HOH lounge with Kidwaya, or rather, before they got to the HOH lounge, Kidwaya came to meet her in the kitchen. I was telling her, why are you raising your voice? It was unnecessary. You took it too far. And she was like, no, that Kidwaya, people are different. You know, Lucy had it coming. She's been upsetting me, you know, from day one, you know, and even throughout today, she has been saying some slight comments, and I've been keeping quiet. But right now, I want to face her. And Kidwaya was like, okay, fine, but she's not shouting. You are the one shouting, you know. And Erica was like, yeah, but people are different. You need to understand people are different. So Kidwaya got upset and left her at the kitchen, you know. And then later, both of them were in the HOH lounge, and Kidwaya was just advising her that, listen, Lucy is someone that thrives on confrontations and yelling, and that is what defines her, but it does not define you. You are not a confrontational person. You are just a better version than that, you know. So Kidwaya was basically advising her, and also talked about how Dora was shouting at him or raising her voice at him when she was deputy HOH to clean, and he did not clean, you know. She was going to start talking too much about it, and then he apologized. And Erica was like, okay, fine, you were at fault, and it was good that you apologized, but in this situation, I wasn't at fault. Lucy came looking for me, so I had to make her understand that, hey, you cannot just talk to me anyhow and get away with it, you know. So at the end of the day, both of them, they hugged. Kidwaya petted her, encouraged her, told her she looked beautiful, gave her a lot of self-validation to boost her chest fully, you know. And then they went outside. Now, when Erica got into the main house, right, she was in the closet, and Dorothy and Prince, they were advising her the same thing that I noticed, guys. They were advising her that, look, Erica, as the HOH, you need to step up. You need to show authority. You need to show these housemates that you are in charge. You are not showing them you are in charge. Nobody is saying you should be rude to anybody, but just a few minutes ago you said in 30 minutes we should meet and do our rehearsal, but then 30 minutes has elapsed and then you are not calling anybody to order. You should do these things, otherwise they will take you for granted. So they advised her, and then she said that yeah, she was very upset before, but now she has calmed down with Kidwire, so she is back. And that was how she called for their play again, and then they had their play. Now while all of that was going on, this group of housemates, they were outside and they were arguing with Tricky T. So they were accusing Tricky T of favoritism, of giving roles to people he felt like he wanted to give roles to, instead of giving roles in their drama to every other person. And Tricky T kept on defending himself that no, that even when he gave people roles to act in the drama, they refused it. So what would he do? He had to pick people who he felt like they could do it, you know. So guys, the arguments continued and continued and continued, and I just told myself that okay, now here we dey. I know say last they go still fight again tomorrow, but the question is, are they ready for their wager? Because when Ozo was HOH, they put in so much seriousness, so much energy, and Ozo was very, very strict with the housemates, and they won their wager. But I know today is only Tuesday, right? And these people just started rehearsing for their wager, but from what I'm seeing, I don't know if they're going to win this wager because they're acting as if they are not serious. But anyways guys, let's wait and see. So at the end of the evening, Biggie announced the winners of the Guinness Smooth Challenge. Now guys, remember I mentioned that the challenge was in two parts. The first one was a photography session, right, where the housemates showcased their skills in photography and also modeling and other things. Yeah, I didn't remember what Biggie said. And then the second part was the game of charade, and also playing the football game, TikTok or whatever he called it. So guys, the good thing is Team Barley, they won the sum of 2 million naira, and that's because they won the second part of the games, yeah, the game of charade and all of that. And then Team Hub won the sum of 1 million naira, and that is because they won the first part of the game. And guys, obviously Praise was not happy. Some people were not happy because Biggie announced their own 1 million naira win first, you know, so they thought that they won the ultimate prize. But then Biggie announced that Team Barley won the sum of 2 million naira for winning the second part of the game. So some of the housemates are not happy because these same people, you know, that won 2 million naira last week, they are winning 2 million naira again this week. Now, immediately after Biggie announced the wins of these housemates and their teams, Erica went and hugged Lucy from the back and also apologized to her for insulting her and calling her very, very derogatory names. And Lucy told her that, listen, what I said is something that we say in my tribe, from where I come from, you know. The man is the head of the house, the woman is, you know, the one that is the helper to the man. So what I said was just a joke. It was not meant to insult you. And then Erica apologized once again, and that was how they lived happily ever after, at least for now. Because I know that you're going to quarrel again. Lucy is always stepping on people's toes. Basically guys, that's all for this particular episode of Frankly Speaking with Glory. I will see you guys in another video. Have an amazing night rest. Bye.